Hey, Christ Fellowship parent partners, this is Pastor Matt, and I wanted to give you an update on what we talked about this week in chapel. We did a story from the Jesus Storybook Bible, and if you don't have a copy of this, please let Chastine or someone at the front desk know, and we will gift a copy to you free of charge, because this is such a good resource for helping your kids know God and know about the Bible. And the specific story that we looked at today comes from Exodus 16, but it starts on page 100 of the Jesus Storybook Bible. And the basic idea is that this story takes place immediately after the Exodus. The Exodus is this huge Old Testament story where God's people are enslaved in Egypt. He rescues them out. They head to the desert and they're heading off to the promised land. But pretty much the moment that they leave Egypt, after they're done celebrating and praising, they begin to complain. They begin to doubt and distrust and quarrel. They begin to go to the Lord and say, "Where's our food? Where's our water?" And so God provides them quail. He provides them water. He provides them something known as manna, which is this strange bread substance that comes from heaven. And he provides that to them to feed them. And so the first thing that we see in the story that we talked about in chapel is just how God meets our needs. Right? Even as we think of ourselves buying our own clothes or making our own food, really God is the one who's enabled us even to do that. He's given us the skills and the abilities to care for ourselves and care for others. And not only that, God often provides for our needs even in our ugliest moments. Our moments where we don't have gratitude, our moments where we are not walking faithfully with the Lord. Even in those moments, God is generous and kind to meet our needs. And so the second application point that we talked about in chapel is the need for gratitude, the need to be careful of our envy, of our looking at our neighbors, of our taking the things we have and saying, "This is great, but I want something better," which causes us to miss out on the opportunity to be thankful for what God does provide for us. I want to encourage you to spend some time with your kids and follow up on this story, maybe reread it in the Jesus Storybook Bible, and ask them questions such as, what does this story tell us about God? What does this story tell us about us as the human beings that God has made? And where is God meeting our needs, and how can we be more thankful for what God has given to us? I think this is such an important story and just a great way to help engage your kids in Scripture and introduce them more and more to God. If you have any further follow-up questions, reach out to me or check out the handout that is accompanying this video for more resources to engage with your kids. God bless.